Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 28, verse number 2. But before that, we will sing Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradha Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 28, verse number 2. Swadharmacharanam saktya Vidharmacha nivartanam Daivallabdhena santosha Atmavikcharanachanam Swadharmacharanam saktya Swadharmacharanam saktya Vidharmacha nivartanam Daivallabdhena santosha Atmavikcharanarchanam Swadharmacharanam saktya Vidharmacha nivartanam Daivallabdhena santosha Atmavikcharanarchanam. You want to recite first? No. Swadharma 328 too. Swadharmacharanam saktya Vidharmacha nivartanam Daivallabdhena santosha Atma Synonyms: Swadharma Archanam, executing one's prescribed duties. Saktya, to the best of one's ability. Vidharmat, unauthorized duty. Cha, and Nivartanam, avoiding. Daivat, by the grace of the Lord. Labdhena, with what is achieved. Santosh, satisfied. Atma, with of the self-realized soul. Charana, the feet. Archana, worshipping. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: one should execute his prescribed duties to the best of his abilities and avoid performing duties not allotted to him. One should be satisfied with as much gain as he achieves by the grace of the Lord, and one should worship lotus feet of a spiritual master. Purport: in this verse, there are many important words which could be very elaborately explained, but we shall briefly discuss the important aspects of each. The final statement is Atmavik Charanarchanam. Atmavit means a self-realized soul or bona fide spiritual master. Unless one is self-realized and knows what his relationship with the super soul is, he cannot be a bona fide spiritual master. He Here it is recommended that one should seek out a bona fide spiritual master and surrender unto him. Archanam. For by inquiring from and worshipping him, one can learn spiritual activities. The first recommendation is Swadharma Archanam. As long as we have this material body, there are various duties prescribed for us. Such duties are divided by a system of four social orders: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the duties are mentioned. Swadharmanarchanam means that one must discharge society faithfully and to the best of his ability. One should not accept others' duty. If one is born in a particular society or community, he should perform the prescribed duties for the particular division. If, however, one is fortunate enough to transcend the designation of birth in a particular society or community by being elevated to the standards of spiritual identity, then his swadharma or duty is solely that of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The actual duty of one who is advanced in Krishna conscious is to serve the Lord. As long as one remains in the bodily concept of life, he may act according to the duties of social convention. But if one is elevated to the spiritual platform, he must simply serve the Supreme Lord. That is the real execution of Swadharma. Will recite Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mayam Padarishvam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुकुं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं चैतन्य। हरे कृष्ण। So today in this verse there are four. So today, the verse which Srila Prabhupada is has given the purport. He said there are so many important points in this purport, and after reading this, I came to I came to a conclusion that there are basically 4 points he's talking about. The first point is one should perform his prescribed duties. The second, one should not perform the duties which are not allotted to him. And the third, one should be satisfied with whatever he gained by performing his prescribed duties. And the fourth, one should not become attached to his prescribed duties. And actually, I could also understand from the last sentence of this purport is that one, as long as one remains in the bodily conception of life, he may act according to the duties of social convention. But if one is elevated to the spiritual platform, he must simply serve the Supreme Lord. That is the real execution of Swadharma. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying that as long as we are in the bodily consciousness, we have to perform these duties. Duties of Brahmana, if you are a Brahman, duties of Kshatriya, if you are a Kshatriya, duties of Vaishya and Shudra. So, how do we know when are when are when we are in bodily conception and when we have transcended the bodily conception? How do we know? So it is not simply that you mentally speculate, oh, now I am out of the bodily conception of life, and then I can just I can only serve Supreme Lord by, and I can forget all my duties. Srila Prabhupada said that our mission is to serve, and our mission is to serve Supreme Lord. And how are we serving? If we see our previous example of the lives of our acharyas, we see that that everybody, all our acharyas were not, were, even though they were elevated, they were out of bodily conception of life. They were still serving according to their duties. I was reading a quote from Mahavishnu Swami, His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami. In that he gave an example. He was saying that the example of all our previous acharyas showed that it is important, especially for grahasthas or those involved in the society, to perform their prescribed duties diligently and thereby surpass the bodily conception of life. This was the message given by all acharyas, starting from Arjuna, who was so elevated to be Lord Krishna's dearmost friend, all the way up to our own Srila Prabhupada, who was completely involved in performing his prescribed duties, while at the same time immersed in serving the Supreme Lord. So, even though Srila Prabhupada, they were Jai Shri Radha Gopi Janavallabha Nitai Patit Pan Gorari Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So even though Arjuna, who was self-realized, he was 24 hours with Krishna, and he was only thinking about Krishna, and Krishna was also thinking about him. Still to that Arjuna, Krishna told, because it is your duty as a Kshatriya to fight. If you don't fight this war, then and if you just leave this war, then everybody will not think that you just left this battle out of compassion. They will think that you were coward. That is secondary, but the first is that Krishna himself was telling Arjuna that this is your duty because I want you to do this. So while he was performing his duty, still he was serving the Supreme Lord. He was simply serving the Supreme Lord. And there are so in Nectar of Instructions, you can see that in the verse number 6 of the Nectar of Instruction, the translation of that verse number 6 is, being situated in his original Krishna conscious position, a pure devotee does not identify with the body. Such a devotee should not be seen from a materialistic point of view. Indeed, one should overlook the devotees having a body born in a low family, a body with a bad compassion, a deformed body, or a diseased or infirm body. According to ordinary vision, such imperfections may seem prominent in the body of a pure devotee. But despite such defects, the body of a pure devotee is not polluted. And in another verse, in the same Nectar of Instruction, it is said that the pure devotees' activity should not be seen by the material vision, and also whatever they are doing, like all type whatever they are doing, they are all, even though they are doing their duties, they are always serving the Supreme Lord just by performing their duties. So this is what, so how to know that we are in the bodily conception or we are out of bodily conception, so that we can perform our duties directly to the Supreme Lord. So this is what the then all these discussions which I was putting forward comes, that that it is, even though you are self-realized, whatever activities you are doing externally, it might seem that you are doing some material activities, but those are all for the service of Lord Krishna. Because you are always thinking, if you are self-realized, you are out of if you are out of bodily conception of life, then you know that everything whatever you do should be only for the service of Krishna. It should not be for the service of your body. And you have that consciousness, and you always try to do any service with that consciousness. So, then the real meaning of the last sentence of the in this purport, purport is that whether you are in whether you are of bodily consciousness or out of bodily consciousness, always perform your duty, and and by performing your prescribed duty, you will automatically come out of bodily conception of life, and then the same duty which you were performing before will become you will perform it for the service of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then coming to the other part of the translation, that one must always perform his duty and should avoid performing duties not allotted to him. And the second part of the translation was, one should be satisfied as much with as much gain as he achieves by the grace of the Lord, and one should worship the lotus feet of the spiritual master. So this two, in this just one sentence, this just one sentence is loaded with so much with the powerful instructions. For example, we have again, if we take the life of our example of our previous acharyas, especially Sanatan Goswami, and Rupa Goswami, they used to be like they never tried to they never tried to get anything externally. They were always surrendered to Krishna, and they were living only under one tree, and they were always changing they, and that too not under the same tree. Every day they will change the tree so that they'll not get attached, and the only duty of there was to just worship Lord. But they but for bhoga, they used to go and beg in the home, and as whatever they get, they just make bhoga out of it, offered it to Krishna and ate it. So the but then so that was their duty, like they were satisfied in whatever they gain. Then again, if it becomes to Kshatriya, and if we come to Vaishya, and we come to Shudra, they cannot uh, imitate what Brahmana, Kshatriya cannot imitate what Brahmana, Vaishya and Shudra do. And then if they start imitating what Brahmana do, then there is no one to protect protect dharma, no one to protect from the enemies who comes, like for example Maharaj Prataprudra. Because he was there, he could able to protect from the Muslim rulers all, and he could give the shelter to all the devotees. If he started imitating if he would have started imitating Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, then he would then there was no one to give shelter to devotees, no one to protect devotees from whatever atrocities Muslim rulers had would have come and given to the devotees. So by performing his duty, Maharaj Prataprudra, just by performing his duty, he will attain to perfection, because he's protecting devotees, and Krishna will be very happy. Spiritual Prataprudras and the devotees will also be very happy, especially because he was such a because he was doing this service. All the devotees went through Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and request Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give his his association to Maharaj Prataputra. And in the end, he got the association. Not only him, because and with him, all his family members were benefited with the association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then one should always worship the lotus feet of the spiritual master. This is very important thing. That's why every day in the morning we sing Mangala Aarti, and in Mangala Aarti we only sing how Guru is showering his mercy on his disciple. He gets that mercy from Supreme Personality of Lord himself, and he showers that mercy on his disciples. If there is no spiritual master, Krishna himself says, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said that you cannot approach Lord directly. If you want to approach Lord directly, suppose let us assume that you approach Lord directly. If you go to Lord directly, then what you will ask Lord? You will ask what according to your consciousness. If somebody is looking for money, they'll come to the temple directly and they'll ask to Krishna that I want money, please give me money. If somebody is looking for some home or some car, they'll come to Krishna and they'll ask that please Krishna, I want car, I want home, please give me. And if you give me that, my life will be perfected. That's what they will think. Because they don't have guru, if they are approaching Krishna directly, they don't know what to ask. They are approaching to a diamond merchant and asking for a sand grain. So that is why and when we recite Mangalacharan prayers, and what we say, Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshulum Militam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Because we are always in the darkness. Even if we approach some personality, some elevated personality, some pure devotee, and even if we approach Krishna directly, since we are always in darkness and ignorance, in our darkness and ignorance, we'll only we cannot we cannot gain anything by just going in front of them without any knowledge. So we should have a proper knowledge, and we should have the blessing of Guru. And and there is so many examples in our past that by just serving Guru, devotees has attained perfection. There is one story. I don't know from where is that story, but I've heard from many senior devotees that there was one disciple who was serving a guru, and that guru and there was a maid servant in their ashram, and somehow or other that guru got attracted to that maid servant, and then he 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 left his position, and all his disciples left him. But there was just this disciple who was having full faith on his guru. He was still serving his guru, even though he fell down. He was still serving his guru. And then Guru was chastising him, why you are serving me? You can just leave me. I am not fit for your service. You can go and find some other Guru. But because he accepted him as Guru, he has full faith on his Guru. And one day, because of his devotion towards his Guru, one day, Lord himself has come to that ashram and gave him darshan. And because he got the darshan, because of him, his Guru was also able to get the darshan. And why did Lord came? Because of his pure devotion towards his Guru. There is one more story. Actually, it's a real story, and Yugal Kishore Prabhuji has told this story to us one day. That there was in Vrindavan. I'll just briefly describe the story. There was one innocent person, innocent disciple of a guru in Vrindavan. He did not know anything, but he only his only service was to go with the cows and gaze in the garden. And because he was very innocent, and he was having full faith on Guru, and whatever Guru asked him to do, he was doing it. One day, he when he was gazing cows in some pasture field, he saw that from the far that he could see Krishna coming, and he could see with Krishna all his friends coming. And uh, and uh, since he don't know all the shastras and anything, he was just an innocent person. He saw Krishna, and then he was very innocent, and he was like, oh Krishna, you came, very nice. And then and since he was having a sakaras with Krishna, he Krishna and Krishna started playing with him. He started playing with Krishna and Krishna's friend. So this has become a routine for him. Every day he used to go to the fields to gaze the cows, to and then in that way he Krishna used to come, and Krishna used to play with him. One day what happened? He was taking some prasad, some bhoga for Krishna while playing so that he can offer. His guru saw this, and then Guru asked, "What are you? Why are you taking this?" He told that I Krishna will come and play with me, so I want to serve him this so that he will not be hungry. So because Guru know that he is very innocent person, and Guru know that he will not lie. So Guru was very much amazed, and he said, "Can you ask your friend Krishna that can I come and meet him?" And because Guru know all the tattva, he could understand that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Guru was very much happy, and his happiness has no bounds. And he asked his disciple, "Can I go and meet? Can I meet? Can I meet Krishna? Can you ask him?" And then he said, "Yes, I'll go and ask." And then when he went again, Krishna came with all his Gopa friends and all, and they started playing. So while leaving, or no, just started playing, and then this devotee asked to Krishna that. Krishna, my guru wants to meet you. So, will you come with me? Krishna said, "No, I cannot meet your guru." Then this disciple of that guru was very much like sad, and he asked, "No, why? My guru wanted to meet you, so please come and meet him." Krishna said, "No." So as soon as Krishna said like that, this disciple said, "Okay, if you don't want to meet Guru, I don't want to meet you. You can go away, and I will go. I'll not meet you." So he just leave Krishna, and he just started walking away. Then Krishna coming, Krishna couldn't bear this, and he said, "No, no, 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 stop. You don't leave me. I cannot I cannot, I will not be happy if you leave me. So yes, for I will meet your guru. So call him tomorrow at this time, and I will come again, and your guru will able to meet me." Like that he said. Then he was so happy, and then he went back, and he asked his guru to come. He said that whatever happened, and then guru was very happy. And then when he went back, he was very innocent. He was thinking that Krishna is my friend and he's coming and playing with me. But when Guru saw, Guru could able to see all Balram ji, Krishna ji, all the Gopas and all. Guru fainted. And Guru fainted because Guru know all the tattva. He know everything about Krishna tattva and all. Guru fainted. And then after their pastime, they left. And then Guru woke up, and then this is what happened. So here, this disciple, he was ready to leave Krishna, because Krishna did not wanted because ready to leave Krishna for his guru. And because of his this attitude, Krishna was very much happy with him, and Krishna was very much showing very much affectionate, and his mercy on him. So this is what worship of Guru does. If you don't have worship towards Guru, forget about meeting Krishna. Even if you come in front of Krishna, you'll ask something which is not worth for asking. In your prayers, you will pray for something which is not worth for praying, because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the grace of Guru. That knowledge and that grace will come by Guru. And even though Krishna might might reject you, but because you are under the shelter of Guru, you will be Krishna is cannot reject you. There is one more example. It's just like whatever I heard it from Amok Lila Prabhu's lecture, that he was saying there is one devotee who left his body, and he was in front of Yamraj, and Yamraj was asking Yamraj and Yamdutas were asking him, what did you do in your entire life? He said, I chanted, I was doing service to in the association of devotees. Then Yamdutas and Yamraj point out all his mistakes while doing your what was your attitude while doing your service. So okay, so for that I'll give 2% of the marks. So then again he was asking, what did again? Then he's the only 2%. You should get 100% to get out of the hell and to go to Golok Vrindavan. So then again, oh, what did I do? What did I do? He was thinking. Then he said, oh, I chanted. Then Yamdutas and all, they pointed out what kind of chanting he did. While like how much initiative chanting and how much he was doing. So for that chanting, they just gave 2%. And then there were so many things. So he ultimately came to 8 to 10%. Then at the end, he was at the end he was asking, please Gurudev save me, please Gurudev save me. Jai Shri Shri Radha. So he was saying, please Gurudev save me. Just by saying this, Yamraj and Yamdutas, they told that, okay, since you took shelter of your Guru, I'll give the remaining marks, and you are eligible to go back to God. So this is what it is, just a story, but this story has made from the script, from this is the to just speak the essence of the devotion towards Guru. This story was made. So this is the importance of Guru worship is more than Krishna's worship. If there is a choice given to you, you have to select from two people, either Guru or Krishna. What should you choose? From whatever I heard from senior devotees and whatever I heard from the past, I came to an understanding that we should always choose Guru. If we choose Krishna, then we are saying, we are not showing that we are servant of the servant of the servant. Krishna will only like who have that attitude of being servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. So if we choose Guru, then that means we have that attitude. Even if we are going to hell, even if by choosing Guru, if we are going to hell, we should choose Guru, because it's not worth it, because if just directly going towards Krishna, as we discussed before, will not have any knowledge to do and anything, and if we don't have the grace of Guru, will not have the grace of Krishna, will not have the grace of anyone in, and we cannot move forward in our devotional service. So this is what I wanted to speak. If I have spoken anything wrong, please excuse me. Hare Krishna. If anybody have any corrections, please correct me. Hare Krishna. Yeah. If nobody have any questions, we will end this class. Vancha kalpatar vishya kripa sindhubhaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo Anantkoti Krishna ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Disgrace Rohininandan Prabhu ki Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki